In the last episode, we've built a custom Elastrip controller and programmed its Arduino to do different animations. If you missed this episode, you can find its link in the description below. We've also seen how frustrating it can be to change the Arduino sketch because we need to connect the Arduino to the laptop every time using a USB cable. This is why today I will show you 5 different methods to control the Arduino over Wi-Fi and compare them so you can find the best one for you. Also, make sure to stick till the end because I will be covering methods to control the Arduino using voice commands. In the coming weeks, I will be diving deeper in every method and show you step by step how to implement every one of them. So if you don't want to miss those episodes, make sure to subscribe. The first method consists of setting the Arduino as an HTTP server, which means we can send and receive data from any device connected to the same network as the Arduino. And to do so, we need to create custom URLs for every command. The tricky part here is that you have to create your own graphical user interface, or GUI for short, such as a mobile or web application. But on the bright side, this method is completely free. The second method consists of using the Blink app, which is a mobile app that you can download on iOS and Android devices. Blink also uses the HTTP protocol. However, it makes the part of creating a user interface much easier, thanks to its widgets that you can move and resize to create your own custom dashboard. Also, programming the Arduino is very easy, thanks to the large library of sample codes available online. Another advantage of the Blink app over the HTTP method we talked about earlier is that with the Blink app, the Arduino is not a server. Instead, it is a client that connects to the Blink server on the internet, and this allows you to control your Arduino remotely. However, all those benefits come at a cost. Initially, you will get 2000 free energies to create your dashboard, and if you need to add more widgets, you will need to buy additional energies. The third method consists of using the Cayenne app, which is very similar to Blink. However, instead of using HTTP, Cayenne uses MQTT, which is a protocol optimized for IoT devices to be lighter and more power efficient. Currently, Cayenne is available as a web application only, so you can access it from your PC or laptop. And up until May of 2020, you could also download the iOS or Android mobile application. But unfortunately, the Cayenne team removed those applications from the app stores and are currently working on a progressive web app. But unfortunately, there's no roadmap whatsoever, so I don't think it might come out anytime soon. Also, similarly to the Blink app, it is very easy to configure and program thanks to the large library of sample sketches available online. The Cayenne server is also available on the internet, which allows you to control your Arduino remotely. The dashboard is really neat and looks really nice and will be ideal for a control and monitoring station. Finally, the main advantage of Cayenne is that it is completely free. Now, the next 2 methods are aimed towards Apple users, which intend to use the Apple Home app to control their Arduino, and are only compatible with iOS and macOS devices. The first method requires to set up a Homebridge server, and you can do so on Windows, Mac, Linux and Docker devices as well as Raspberry Pis, which in most cases is the preferred option because you need to keep your server connected to the internet at all times. Configuring the Homebridge server is quite complicated because you need a different plugin for every new feature. You also need to modify your Arduino sketch to be compatible with all those plugins simultaneously. If you want to control your Arduino remotely, you will need to set up a HomeKit hub. And to do so, you'll need a HomePod, an Apple TV or an iPad. Personally, I find HomeKit to be the most responsive and nice looking user interface out there. Additionally, HomeKit allows you to use Siri voice commands to control your Arduino. Another advantage of HomeKit is that it will allow you to control other smart devices that are not HomeKit ready, such as Ring or Nest devices. Finally, Homebridge is open source, so it is completely free. However, keep in mind, if you want to buy the latest Raspberry Pi model, it is currently selling for $35. The last method is an alternative to the complicated Homebridge method. Here you are ditching the Homebridge server completely, and instead you are setting up our Arduino to be its own server that will directly communicate with the Apple devices using the HomeKit Accessory Protocol, or HAP for short. This method is very easy to configure, thanks to an Arduino library that will take care of all the complicated background processes. However, you still need to read some sections of the HAP documentation so that you can customize your device. If you want to control your Arduino remotely, as stated earlier, you will need to set up a HomeKit hub using an Apple TV, a HomePod, or an iPad. This method is completely free and will allow you to control your Arduino from the Apple Home app and using the awesome Siri voice commands. Now, depending on your needs, you should be able to choose the best method for you. However, if you are still confused or need further clarification about any method, let me know in the comment section below. We will also be diving deeper in every method in the coming episodes, where I will explain to you how they work and show you step by step how to implement them. So if you don't want to miss those episodes, make sure to subscribe. We are starting next week with the HTTP server method. Now you should probably watch one of the videos on the screen right now, and leave a like if you found this video useful, and I will see you next week.